But what a faithful woman. I don't think there was a prayer meeting I've been to, except when she was in the hospital recently, that she missed. Faithful. She used to tell me, Pastor, I ain't got nowhere to go. Always telling me that. In other words, you might not be sure a lot of people, but me, you got my, it's my source of encouragement. And a visionary needs some Barnabas. Making it to the end of the assignment is more important than the assignment. Because we are professional beginners. Very poor finishers. We got to fulfill the vision so that the mission will be accomplished and God's purpose will be fulfilled. So we have this vision that God placed in our generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you capture what I'm talking about this morning like you never did before. Pray for revelation. First of all, let's define these three things quickly. Again, purpose is the ultimate original reason for the creation of a thing. That's purpose. Mission is different. Mission comes from purpose, and it is the general assignment to fulfill that purpose. But vision is more specific still. Vision is unique and customized. It is distinctive, and vision is a project that you see in your heart. And that project is designed to fulfill the mission. For example, your purpose might be to not live outside in the elements. I'm looking at you because you're an architect. So here I am. I don't want to live in the bush. I don't want to be exposed to the rain and to the sun and to mosquitoes and all the vials of nature. And so my purpose is to cover myself. So I need a mission. What's my mission? My mission is I got to build a house. So now I know what my general need is. I have to build a house. But now I can try life with key. A $2 million house. Or I can build a house for $50,000, $60,000 or $80,000. And I got to decide. It can't just be any house. I got to have a vision of what kind of house I am appropriately able to handle. So you can't say I want covering, I want a house, that's my mission, and then just decide I want a house. Because you may not be able to afford a house in certain areas. So you got to choose based on your what? Grace. Your ability. So you get a picture of this house. Everybody say picture. And that's what vision is. The house is what? Specific, unique, and customized to your need and your ability. It becomes now a vision you can see. And that's why the architect can literally draw it and give you the artist's conception of it with a finished product. He can show you this house before it's built. That's called a vision. When you have the vision, now you can start working. So vision always activates people. It puts them to work. A vision is designed to give people something to do practically. When the house is built, then what is accomplished? What is it? Come on, answer me this morning. When the house is built, that's the vision. What is accomplished? The mission. What's the mission? To have a house. And then when you have the house, what else is accomplished? The purpose. Why? You're no longer in the elements. See, the vision is important. The vision is what you see to accomplish what you desire so you can have what you want. That's what God is all about. So what God has done, He's provided a vision. Because vision provides diversity in unity. Everyone in here lives in a house. To be an apartment or a house, whatever. You live in some building, in a house. But all the houses are different, aren't they? They're diverse. Some of you are on your way through. You know, my wife and I used to rent an apartment, then we moved into a house. We rent a house for a while, and then we moved back into another apartment while we were building our own house. Now we're in our own house. We've been through a lot of places to get to our desire. Every vision goes through phases. And where you live in now may not be where you live for the rest of your life. But you got to stay there until God says, okay, you are now able to move on. And we enjoyed the apartment we were in, and then we enjoyed the house we rented. We enjoyed the other apartment. We enjoyed these places. Why? We even lived with my mother-in-law, who's now going to be the Lord. We lived in the house there for a few years while we were saving our money to buy property. Sometimes you got to go through phases to fulfill God's will. And it takes years. And some people can't make it through the years. Some folks still wondering if Miles Monroe is crazy. And I'm sure some of you got your own doubts too. You've been here a long time and you say, well, I never see what he talking about come to pass yet. I understand vision, so I'm steady. How many of you understand vision this morning? Stay steady, yeah? It will speak in the end, it says. It won't prove to be false. Even though it tarries, wait for it. It shall come to pass. So God gives a vision to identify our unique contribution to the big picture. What is he wanting to accomplish? I want you to follow this now. Because we've been given an assignment, every vision has a grace. We talked about this last time. Every true vision comes with provision. Write that down, please. Every true vision comes with provision. If it's not a true vision, you're going to have problems trying to get provision. God always provides what he calls for. Bahamas Faith Ministry International, we possess the grace for our assignment. What we are called to do, we are built for it. We designed for it. And therefore BFM is distinguished by its vision. We are different from the other ministries because of our assignment. Also, Bahamas Faith Ministry International's message is determined by its vision. What we're supposed to teach is dictated by what we're supposed to do. Very important. BFM's significance is determined by its vision. We will prove how important we are to history by the vision we're supposed to accomplish. If we fail in our vision, then we fail in our mission. If we fail in our mission, then another generation has been impacted negatively by our inconsistency and irresponsibility. We are not supposed to live for ourselves, but for those young people who are sitting here, who are supposed to take up where we leave off. I mean, somebody's got to sit in this chair over here and pray. And I believe it's a young person. Young meaning like below 40. Someone who will be there long enough to make sure the next phases take place. I don't plan to be here forever. I'm not that dumb. When I think of the passing of a saint, my mind goes to my own dispensability. Young people, that word means I'm going to die too. Which means my first thought is I better make sure I line up my replacements a little tighter. Turning 50 makes you think about your responsibility. Who are you training for your replacement? God has us here to do do something significant in history. Let's not miss the assignment. Write this down, please. What is the spirit of our vision? That's what we're going to talk about today. What is the spirit of our vision? What is the assignment? What is the motivation for the existence of this ministry? I'm about to give you my heart. What caused us to become? What made us ignite? What was it in the heart of myself? What did God put in me that I saw that burned into what we are today? It always begins with this spirit of revelation. Number one, and we started this last week, please write them down. The first thing the Lord showed me that birthed this ministry's vision was the mission fields are becoming missionaries. In other words, the people who used to be the receivers are now going to become the givers. Number two, the spirit of this vision is the changing of the guard. God showed me that he is shifting everything. This is way back in 1975 when I saw this. He is shifting everything. He is moving everything to the opposite. He's shifting from the old to the young, from the north to the south, from the west to the east. He is shifting everything. And you can't miss the shift. Number three, he showed me that the last world is rising. I showed you a picture of this last week. There are only three worlds on this planet. First world, second world, and third world. There are no more worlds. You never heard the term fourth world. Have you heard it? Doesn't exist. But they identified a group called third world because there is a group of people in the earth that they try to define them. And the only definition they came up with was third world people. A third world person is a wonderful person. I love being third world. I said I love being third world. Because the first world already failed. They failed God. The second world, they're messing up right now. All God got left is us. Clap. You all ain't excited. I'm so excited. I'm excited to be the last one. Because he said the last shall be first. And those who thought they were first shall be last. And Jesus was talking about the fulfillment of his kingdom. Number four, the emerging third world is going to emerge in leadership. We are now called on in our generation to become the leaders in every area. I am not surprised to even see in this very ministry that our young people are taking most of the top awards in this country. That's a sign to this ministry. Whether it is fine arts and dance, we take it. If it's academics, we take it. If it's media, we took it. Y'all ain't clapping for your own people. It's happening in this church. It's a sign. If it's junior achievers, we take it. If it's student government, we take it. You don't know who's sitting in this place. If it's insurance companies, we are taking it. The top insurance agents are in this church, sitting here right now. $1 million round table people sitting. Why? Because God's trying to send a message. He's saying, look, if you are going to teach leadership, you got to lead leadership.